Hey there, Bearcats fans. We wanted to bring you a little bit of a special episode today. Kind of an episode, kind of not, but it works. We're recording to bring you the new Homefield collection, specifically the Cincinnati collection that has just been dropped this Saturday. It is a awesome variety of different periods and eras in Bearcats history. And as of course, Homefield always does a very good job of that. So we wanted to bring it to you, talk about it a little bit, give you our picks for what we think we might use for certain occasions, and how we might help you make a pick if you're looking to buy something there as well. And of course, now that we are officially entangled with Homefield, we do have a promo code, which is code VIVA, VIVA, and you can use that anytime to check out from the Bearcats specific collection at homefieldapparel.com. So without further ado, Steve, we've got three categories and want to run through these real quick. So we have the cozy pick, we have the best throwback, and the instant purchase. So I think they're all fairly self-explanatory. Instant purchase, the second you set your eyes on that beautiful product, it's going right in your closet. And of course, throwbacks, there's always plenty. So, Steve, why don't you kick us off and give us your cozy pick from the Homefield collection? I'm going to go ahead and share my screen as well so we can all look at this. There we go.
Well, Justin, it's got to be just one thing for me from the cozy section, and it's right there in the middle. It's those joggers, baby. Those
Oh,
joggers have
yeah.
been, well, they've been asked for ever since the first home field drop and a popular part of other schools' collections with home field. And now Cincinnati has their own version of these 90s Cincy Bearcat vintage joggers. These are just beautiful, baby. Look at those. I mean, Justin, I live in a warm state. I live in Arizona, but I would wear those in the middle of July. That's how hot those things are. And they're
Well,
so cozy and comfortable and beautiful.
what did you say it was today again?
As we were recording, it is 97 degrees. And yes, I would be still wearing these out because this would be my best clothing option. And if it's cozy, why would I ever take it off?
That is commitment for sure. I am going to take a similar approach to you. I love joggers as well, but I actually would say my cozy pick is going to be this classic hoodie right here. This is just, I think, the classic block lettering. It's just, like any classic college throwback. I feel like this is our version of like the Harvard tee or like the Harvard hoodie. It's just got that like classic look to it. And of course, this has really been, a collection that I think, like I said, has a lot of variety. So that's always great to have there too. But this definitely for me would be my cozy pick. Just throw this on, throw on a movie. I don't know. It'd
Yeah.
be it'd be
Have
good.
your girlfriend or fiance or wife or significant other steal this from you
Oh
and
yeah.
ask, "Hey, can I get my hoodie back?" And they're like, "Never." And
Yeah.
that's just like, well, I just got to buy one for myself now. So, by the way, from a uniform standpoint, I know they said this was keeping it simple, but this was the arched font design worn when the Bearcats first returned to on-campus games at the Shoemaker Center, just for
Mm,
fun there. So, I want to give them a little credit there, doing their
yeah.
research still.
Yes. Of course, I think any of these, as you all know, if you have home field product, everything is really a cozy pick. Like, and that's not a joke. That's not selling it up. Like their shirts are very, very comfortable. So it's really hard to go wrong there, whatever you're picking. But hoodie or joggers is going to be the best way to go. All right. So as for best throwback, we've got a couple options here. And I think everybody might choose a little differently, but Steve, give me yours.
So I have an affinity for college mascots who have sailor caps on their heads.
Ooh.
And I know that is a youth Bearcats tee, and it's just another variation on the from the first drop that Homefield had. But man, you can't go wrong with this tee here. And just like whatever age or size your Bearcat fan is in your life, like Sailor Bearcat is one of the most common like throwback pieces I've seen on
Yeah.
people just wearing it. Like I really don't know why it's so common, but we love this design in our fan base. So and it's shown as being popular on some Twitter posts recently. People are showing their love for the Sailor Bearcat, and well, it helps too that made his appearance in 1961, as the description says, and those were a pretty couple successful years for our basketball program.
Needless to say, and I think too, this is one of those classic looks that you'll see this pop up every once in a while, but there are a couple schools that do have that like sailor's hat that has nothing to do with any amount of sailor history or whatever it might be. But there's so many schools that do have this, and I think it just kind of feels like a little bit of a, I don't know, a secret club. And Cincinnati gets to be part of it. So it is cool. One thing I've always everybody tends to call this the sailor or like the sweater bearcat. I call it the pooch bearcat because he has this little he's got this little pooch that hangs out under the sweater, and I've always found that so funny. But yeah, it's a classic look,
He's
and
also a friendly Bearcat too.
he's a very friendly
He's
bearcat.
not jumping up and yelling at you. He's almost more bear than cat.
Oh yeah.
But he's not yelling at you. He's just smiling. He's welcoming you in, which is what Homefield wants to do too by having you wearing their products.
Yeah, of course.
That was very clean. Yes,
Yes,
Dan.
super
Thank
smooth
you.
transition.
So clean. Justin, what about you? What is your best throwback design?
Best throwback. So I don't know. I think when it comes to this, like you've got to, I think there's a really clean one. So there's two options here, but if I'm gonna go with my best pick, I'd have to say it's the ringer tee. I think the ringer tees just scream retro first and foremost. And like it just screams that era. You don't even have to have anything on here. You take the Cats logo off, and it's still like a throw. People, you can step back in time. So to have that partnered with the Cats logo across the chest, I think is just a great one to do. We've obviously seen the script all of the last two seasons with basketball, using those for all of their throwback uniform appearances, which it was fantastic. But unfortunately, I don't think we'll see much of it anymore now that we're changing apparel providers. And I think about 2 years is about the time limit that we usually see before we switch. Happened with the 2011 throwbacks as well as the 17-18 throwbacks. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I think this is a great tee. Classic, easy to wear for a lot of stuff. And honestly, like I love the off-white too. I think off-white does not get enough credit in t-shirts, and a lot of people just go for that like clean white. I think it just helps give it that extra retro hit. So for me, this would be the pick.
10 out of 10. Couldn't agree more. And I like the uniform anecdote there too. So great job, Justin.
All right. Last one. This is going to have to be the instant purchase pick. Hit me with it.
I've been saving this one for last, and it's got to be that 1990s script long sleeve tee there. The 90s throwback on the black long sleeve. I am a big fan of long sleeves myself, so great starter point for me. But obviously, you've got the retro word mark on there as well with the different logo, different size letters, and then the old sea paw sticking out above everything else, and just obviously a timeless classic look. And Justin, I'd argue that the red on black is my favorite version of this typeface, of this old word mark.
Can't be beat. It really can't.
Because obviously I'm a fan of the white over red version, but the all red on top of a black base is just perfect for me.
That is a very good pick. And the reason it's such a good pick is because I literally can't pick anything else other than this. Like, I remember the second that I saw this, I was like, that is for sure getting purchased. Already has been. And this is just one of those things that like you can't beat the 90s throwback. Like it's untouchable. It really is. There's just no era where I think it's just far enough back for us to remember it as kids and seeing it worn around a lot. And I think that's the other thing too. Like for our generation here in like our 20s, even up in like your 30s, you'll remember like wearing this stuff as a kid. You'll
Mm.
remember seeing that your parents wear this kind of stuff. And then eventually 2006, Big East, all this other stuff comes around, new logos come around, and it starts to phase out. And it's hard to find these kind of things anymore. And I think like when you go really far back, it's easy to let go of this, but this is something that our fan base just has not been able to let go of, and for good reason. And so I think that that's one of those things too. Like this, you can wear literally everywhere. A classic long black tee. As you can see right now, I'm wearing a long black sleeve t-shirt. Like it's it's an instant purchase for me as well. Like it's so hard to avoid something like this. And it is that's steal my money. Take my money. Take my money. And of course, yeah, I think this is just the one cool thing that I think also I want to this is a slight tiny rant on modern day logos, but we've lost this. Like we really have lost this in logos where you have so much personality and character. I mean, we have one of the cleanest logos in college athletics when it comes to word marks, where it's just clean across. We have our nice, very, adorned and specific typeface that you don't see on any other teams, which is really nice. And on top of that, it can get used in so many other ways. But this is so hard to beat because you just have so much character in the letters. You have the eyes that are asymmetric on both ends. You have the classic block C ball, like you said, sticks out, draws your attention to that logo, leaves everything else, but gives just that. I don't know. There's something about it, and I really do wish we would use this more often. And one last thing I want to add to, I'm trying to find the exact post. It's in here somewhere, but I do remember seeing that Homefield had noted that this was their like best-selling shirt yesterday. So I think if that says anything, Homefield, I know you just dropped a fresh collection of 9 shirts, and they're all beautiful and they're all gorgeous, and we're going to add them to our closet. But if you're looking for the next thing to look for, drop a 9-piece collection of this. Like every single possible version you can of the Jordan era stuff, and it will sell like hotcakes. It always does. It is,
There
you're
is a
stealing
classic.
candy from a baby.
There's a classic Bob Huggins line about how they sold more Cincinnati gear in New York than the Knicks. So, good brand, Homefield. If you'd like to sell more gear than local professional basketball teams, follow the playbook. Do this more.
Follow the playbook. That is right. Well, like we said, it was a great weekend for Homefield. Great collection that they dropped as well. They did drop some great collections too with Virginia Tech and for West Virginia. Sorry, that was not me being sarcastic in any way, because it seriously wasn't. That was just a frog in my throat.
Already starting the rivalry, I see, as we join this
already
conference.
started. No, their collections were great. I think the winner of the weekend for Homefield overall that seemed to get the most buzz was definitely the Virginia Tech bass fishing shirt. That's just so hard to beat. Like that's like a 2000, what was it, 2007 bass fishing champions shirt. Like that's classic. Like that's
unbeatable.
We got to see if we can find like some random thing that Cincinnati won a championship for and make a shirt for it. We'll find like a chess championship shirt or something.
This year we had a disc golf champion. Maybe Homefield should make a shirt out of that. I mean,
dude, you're never going to steer me wrong there. Here,
like a graphic 90s concert tee, but with the man's face on it and the jumping bearcat next to it,
Bada bing, bada boom. Yep. And actually, speaking of disc golf, if y'all are looking for some discs, some custom dies, your boy will hook you up. I've put one up there. I think I do need to start selling those. I think I'm going to do that. That's going to happen. So we'll see what happens. You'll find them. But regardless, like I said, great weekend for Homefield and great collection. We are happy to be a part of it. And again, if you are looking to purchase any of these, make sure to go to homefieldapparel.com/collections. Look for the Cincinnati collection and throw in code VIVA, VIVA, for 10% off, and you guys will be all set to go. Repping the Bearcats out on the streets, as we all do anyways. So why not do it with Homefield? All right, Steve. I don't know if you got anything else, but I think that should wrap us up here. If all else is good, take care, folks. We do have an episode coming up for you this week as well, so make sure to be on the lookout for that. And we will talk to you guys soon because there's a lot of moving pieces right now.
Viva the Cats, baby. See y'all this week. Go get your home field gear now. Code Viva.
Viva
La Cats.